Hello friends and welcome back to my hobby home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. We are here. Happy new May Saturday sew along. The quilt that we are doing today, let me find it in my book here. We are using the Simply Half Yards by It's So Emma. And this is the picture that's going to be on the front. I did notice there's another one out there. But we are going to be doing this quilt. This is the Woodland Quilt. Friends, there is a lot of cutting to be done to do this. So let me show you what I've got cut. I've got my squares and all here. And you will notice I have my alpha clippies on those. This cream color is my, my cream color is my background sashing and border. So, let's see. I've got a lot of some of these fabrics and like this one here. Look at that stack, friends. I've got clippies there. So let me show you here. You didn't see all of them in the bin because I have these laid out here. I've got a lot of fabric cut. But our first step that we're going to do, we get to use our magnetic light. I've set mine on 1/4 inch to the left of my presser foot. We're going to be using our background and then our print squares. Now you have 2 of each of these, I believe, or 4. 2 or 4, I can't recall. Let me look to see. 4. 4 of each of our half yards, we have squares this size. So what I am doing here, I'm just picking these up. I've already got 2 on my table already, and the reason I already have those 2 is to just get something under that presser foot there so I could get this started. I need to make sure I'm lined up here good. And what I'm doing, I'm lining my points up on the laser light, on that laser line. Now, granted, that line does not come all the way to the end. And I am just lining that next to the edge of my presser foot. And that way, what that does is I am sewing to just the right side by 1/4 inch of that laser light, which means I'm doing 1/4 inch to the right. If you draw your diagonal line, I'm just 1/4 inch to the right of the diagonal line. But friends, I have some beautiful colors. These are very fall looking colors. And I do not know why my squares, I know I cut squares, but they are never the same shape or size. And I just do not know how that happens. But that's going to be okay. But once we get all of these cut or sewn and then trimmed apart, which probably, guys, all I'm going to get done today is probably sewing, because there's a lot of these. We are making a total, I need to look at my directions here. These are going to be half square triangles, and out of each 2 pieces of fabric that we're sewing together, we're going to be making 2 half square triangles. So we're making a total of 48. If I get both diagonals cut, I will be, or sewn, I will be very surprised. But that's going to be our goal today. We're not rushing anything. We are just doing, we're sewing. We're happily sewing. It's always a good day if you're able to get in your sewing room. I just love coming in here some days and just looking at books. Now, it is Friday. I had to stop and think what day it is. It is Friday, friends. And this morning, I got up real early. And y'all know I don't normally do that on Fridays. I normally try to sleep in. But I wanted to get the borders on at least one of my 2 quilts, the Sunbeam or the flowering. Well, I got the border on my Sunbeam quilt. The flowering, you can tell, is still hanging behind me here. But I did get my Sunbeam bordered. So I carried that on to Miss Ava this morning. And I don't know how I got selvage on my edge of my fabric here. I've got to get better. I cut a lot of fabric at one time. That's how that happens. I couldn't see that I had selvage on the inside of my cutting and not cutting it all off. But I got that quilt over to Miss Ava this morning. And yeah, something else. Lori, I think it's Quilting in the Country with Lori. I think it's what her channel is called. I don't know. I'm subscribed to her. I have my notifications cut on. Yeah, she goes live almost every morning around 5:30, somewhere around there. And I've been catching her this week because that notification's been going off right about the time I'm about to walk out the door, which I normally walk out my door about 5:21. And I know that's a weird time, 5:21. But that's normally the time I try to walk out my door to get to work on time, because I stop, I grab some breakfast, the things that you do in the morning. I don't drink coffee, so I don't get coffee. But she's up early in the morning, and the chat has been so much fun in the morning time. So I've really enjoyed that, Lori. Just so you know, I'm giving you a shout out here. And I truly appreciate you. She is also trying the Common Thread Sewing Room subscription boxes. They're really bags. They come in a little bag, and there's no frills to this. You get a project, which is great. You get a pattern and the fabric to do like a purse, a quilt, some kind of handbag, a tote. And it's really nice because it's very affordable. It's $20 for, the subscription. You can have quilting, sewing, or smocking. I know I struggle trying to remember the name of that third one, but it's smocking. And I'm probably going to try to learn how to do that. I've just about made my mind up. And I know Miss Debbie would show me if I asked her to show me how to do that. But I truly appreciate everyone that has signed up for that subscription box or bag, because Miss Debbie, I don't think she's been able to open her store back up, but they are still doing online. They are still doing sales online. She was having classes. I would love to just go sit. I wouldn't even have to have a class. Just to sit out there. It is so beautiful where her shop is at. It's they have a horse farm there. I don't know exactly what they do with horses, but I know they've got a huge, what are those things called? It's like arena, covered arena. I'm sure they train horses or something. They've got beautiful horses, though. I was raised with horses, and I've always, when my mom and my dad got divorced, my stepdad's family had horses. So I was raised around horses after the age of 14. I love horses. They're just gentle giants. If you're not mean to them, they're not mean to you. Now, some of them are a little cray-cray, But I remember in high school, we had gotten an older horse, and we were, trying to see if it was good for, I remember they were making sure it had a good temperament for kids. But the horse was so down, like in its feet. Yeah, they decided that would not be a good fit for our family at all. Y'all, is this not some beautiful fabric? Look at that. I'm thinking about getting some of this line and making a quilt for myself out of it, because it's such a beautiful line. Sometimes you just see a line that is just so pretty that you just have to get it, And Miss Ava was telling me she's getting some of Tilda's new line in, which I like Tilda, but I looked at the new line and it's just way too many. I love florals. Don't get me wrong. I love a pretty floral, but it's like everything is floral. I don't know. I'm just not. Now, she did tell me Basic Gray has one coming out too, that it was she was hoping it would be in today. She got a shipping notification and she said it wouldn't be in until Tuesday. And I told her, I was like, well, hold me a fat quarter bundle. I want a fat quarter bundle of that one. I'll find a quilt in that fat quarters by the dozen. I'll find a quilt that I would like to make, because it is a beautiful line. Of course, they have some grunges in the line. And I love a line that's got some good grunges in it. I don't know why it is. I just love a good grunge. I guess because grunges are so versatile. They make a statement without making a statement, On the Sunbeam quilt that I just dropped off for her to quilt for me, my background for that quilt was a grunge. I don't know why some of these squares are just bigger than others. I guess because how I was cutting them. Some of them I did with my stripology. Some of them I did with my cutting ruler. And when I use my cutting ruler, sometimes it does that. It doesn't get right next to the ruler. And cutting ruler, this is what I mean. It's a Fiskars cutting ruler combo. But I really like using that to cut my fabric. But like I said, the cutting part does not stay right next to the ruler. Sometimes it'll kick out, and I have it tightened, but if you tighten it anymore, it won't move. So I don't tighten it no more than I do. But friends, I am getting ready to be heading out. The morning y'all are seeing this, Saturday morning, I'm going to be going to my son's. My husband is coming back in. While I'm gone, he'll be coming back in. He'll make it home probably about the time I'm making it to my son's house. Because it didn't take them but like 5 hours to get to my sister-in-law's house from his dad's house. His dad lives close to El Dorado, about 30 minutes south of El Dorado in Louisiana. And my sister-in-law lives on the west side of Tennessee in Dyersburg. But I'm trying to get some of this started and done because I want to have, I'm probably just going to get through, you know, doing the one side of this and I can finish the other side, you know, off screen, because this quilt is going to definitely take a couple months to do, because there is so many cutting things. Like this here, I'm making 2 half square triangles out of each piece. And my daughter and her fiance are going to be here probably in about an hour. So I'm not going to be able to stay on here a full hour. And that's okay with me. I'm sure that's okay with you guys too, because I know come Saturday, friends, there are so many lives to catch. And I've not been catching a lot of lives lately because I do try to go to bed pretty early, and on the weekends I try to sleep late. But I think what I'm going to do in the morning, or the morning you're seeing this, I'm going to try to be on the road by 6. And my daughter and her fiance are going to be coming over here and emptying out my vehicle for me, because we moved. You know, we've been moving my aunt, and I've been getting some things. I still have the furniture that I got the other day. I still have the drawers for that still in the back of my truck, just because it's been raining. And it's just being bad. I mean, I can't make it up my steps with it raining, carrying that. Just because it's kind of heavy. And I really need to, you know, focus some time on my house, which is not happening, friends. I thought when I cut back my videos to only 4 videos a week, that it would open me up some time. No, it didn't open me up some. It opened up some time for me to look at things I want to do. But it did open up some time, but I'm focusing on other things and not necessarily my house, which I need to. I need to focus on my house because it's getting out of hand. I still haven't cleaned up from where the grandbaby stayed. I mean, her toys are still all in the floor where she played. But of course, where she played, I don't walk through that area. It's on the side of my living room. I don't even walk through. So what we've done now is, it does look like I'm going to have plenty of time to take these apart and sew the other side on. But I should have 48. I hope I have 48. Okay, guys, I've got the right number. I have 24, so I will have 48 when I am done. So what I am doing is just flipping this around. I am going to do the same thing. I'm going to put that point right under the edge of my foot there. And I am going to head. See if that catches good. Got that line right on that point there. Now, why in the world? It's like I'm sewing on the same exact line. I need to turn it the other way. I'm sewing on the same exact line, friends. I need to turn it the other way. So now I can actually put my foot on the other line. No, because then that would put me... I got to make sure to put it on that point and not the... I got to get that up there. This is one of those pieces that the 2 layers did not meet up all the way. So I had to find the right point. I was on the wrong point, actually. Okay. Now let's make sure I'm doing it on the right direction now. I think I am. I think I am, Sam. And y'all, if you're wondering what in the huckleberry is going on with my hair, I don't know either. It just decided today that it wanted... I got a mirror straight there, friends, so I could see it. It decided today it's going to look like a rooster tail. Which I'm fine with that. At least I got hair. You know. It was falling out. But now that I've got off those medicines that I was on, it seems to be doing a lot better now. Plus, I'm using a scalp repair. And I'm not eating as much processed food as I was. Processed food will make your hair fall out, friends. I don't know. They're saying that's not why my hair was falling out. I'm saying they fibbers. Because as soon as I started eating real food, real fat, real, like seriously real food. Not processed food, not stuff from a box at the grocery store. Whole foods, like fresh vegetables and real meat. Not this processed meat. Friends, y'all need to be reading labels and stuff. Did y'all know they got fake meat in Walmart now? It looks like hamburger meat. Smells like hamburger meat. They say it tastes like it. But I don't know, because I don't have to buy hamburger meat. Because I already bought a cow. Because they were talking about that at work the other day. Somebody had got... It is like fully man-made meat. It is not cow. I'm like, how is that healthy for us? Because it has been proven that man-made stuff is not good for us. Now, in a pinch, it may be okay. But, yeah, that's not going to become part of my daily diet. But anyway, since I've started eating real food, cut out sugary stuff, and I ain't gonna lie, I do eat sugar. I'm a diabetic and should not, but I still eat it. I mean, like tonight, I took my dad and my stepmom to eat dinner tonight, and we went to Longhorn, got us some ribs. Y'all know that is delicious. So, you know, I ate probably man-made meat there. Who knows? I hope not, being that they have their own ranch, their own farm. You know, I would think that their meat's going to be pretty close to good meat. But I will say, boy, them ribs were on point. I'm not real crazy about the barbecue sauce, though. I don't like red barbecue sauce. I like my barbecue sauce to be brown. Real brown, real smoky. I like it not spicy, smoky. But friends, y'all could get a half a rack of ribs there. I think it was like $18 for half a rack of ribs. Take it home with you. I can't eat but like 3 ribs off of a rack anyway. So I carried home over more than what I ate. But I love Longhorn's crispy Brussels sprouts. Oh, they are so good. And my dad is even like, I don't eat Brussels sprouts. I don't like Brussels sprouts. And I'm like, come on, just try. I'm like, I will cut one in half for you. I'm famous for that. I try to get them to try foods they've never eaten. And my dad doesn't like Brussels sprouts. But I'm like, you never had Brussels sprouts like this until you try them. I don't care for Brussels sprouts either, but I love their Brussels sprouts. And my stepmother, she doesn't try a lot of different things, a lot of different foods. And I'm always trying to get her to try different foods because she'll say she doesn't like things and she's never tried it. And I was raised, don't say you don't like something if you've never tried it. You don't know if you like it. Well, so she tried them and she's like, oh, give me another one. I really like that. And I'm like, see, you like Brussels sprouts, don't you? That is my goal, is to mature her taste buds away from just chicken tenders. Because she almost ordered chicken tenders at Longhorn. You don't order chicken tenders from Longhorn. Now, you know, a hamburger, yeah, I can understand that because they've got some premium hamburgers. But you don't order chicken fingers at Longhorn's. You at least order ribs. So I knew I wanted ribs tonight, and I wanted the Brussels sprouts. That's why I went, because I wanted the Brussels sprouts. And friends, it's not unlike me. I was not craving any kind of meat. I just wanted the Brussels sprouts. That's what I crave. I crave vegetables and things like that. And I cannot wait until I can actually plant my garden. I have not planted anything, which is a good thing because it's 57 degrees here right now. Not that that would really hurt my garden, but I think my aunt told me that they never planted the garden until Mother's Day. Like maybe the weekend of Mother's Day, which I think is next week. I want to make my aunt a quilt. And Aunt Betty, you're probably watching this. Just tell me what your colors are. I'll make you one. I know you got all kinds of quilts. I got something in mind for you, a quilt though. But if you got some particular colors that you like or want, let me know. Because I would love to make you a little lap quilt. So when we get your she shed up and going, you'll have you a nice little lap quilt to put in your lap sitting on your she shed. I'm so excited. Y'all, now I know some people don't like the magnetic light because it is hard to position sometimes. Sometimes I just have to straighten the stem back up, but I tilt my light in towards my presser foot because that's what I'm wanting. I'm wanting my line to go up to my presser foot. About to sew it on the same side I already sewed it on. But we are so excited to have our aunt over here. Now, like I've said before, she wasn't very far in the beginning, in the first place. But it's just nice to have her over here. Be safe. That storm really did a number on her home. And yes, that is devastating. But now she can be company for my sister, and my sister can be company for her. Because my brother-in-law, he works out of town a lot with his job. So it's nice to have somebody there with my sister. So in case something happens with her, because she's got a heart defect that's been acting up here lately. It has gotten to where she cannot have caffeine because it causes her to have heart palpitations. And her doctor's on it. She knows what she needs to do. She's got a great doctor. But it's just good in case something happens, because I don't talk to my sister every single day. We used to talk, but it's gotten to where my work is so busy now. And I'm already at work before she even leaves her house. But it's gotten to where it's so busy at my work that I can't really talk to her very much in the morning. And I'm not going to call her because I don't know when she's going into work. And I don't want to call and wake her up if she's still asleep because, you know, I'm the one that's on the road at 5:30 in the morning. And that's why I've been catching Lori in the morning time. And girl, y'all give me laughs every morning. I just enjoy it so much. I get to see a lot of the same people that I see normally on lives, but they're at night, and I'm just not able to make the night ones very easily. Because I have to catch myself. I will fall asleep. I fell asleep earlier. When we got in, I cut my TV on just for a moment, wanting to, catch up on some YouTube. Woo, my light is acting crazy. Okay. Y'all see the light flickering, or is it me? Am I losing it, or is my light losing it? One or the two of us is losing it. I hope it's my light losing it, not me. But it's no telling. It could be either one of us losing it. I think it's my light because I think I bumped into it when I was moving my machine around to cut the fabric for this. That's what I was telling y'all guys. There's a lot of cutting for this, so I'm excited that you are coming along with our Saturday sew along. This is the May Saturday sew along. Our April Saturday sew along will now be on Wednesdays. It will be our Whip It Wednesday now. I have been working on that off camera, so I am hoping to be catching that up real quick. I've got a lot of things that I'm wanting to do right now that I've got to be catching up. I've got to catch up on my Yuletide sampler too. I have not touched that since the live with Tammy the last time. And I hope, Tammy, I hope you're feeling better. I hope your little storm that happened, you know what I'm talking about, your health storm that you had. I'm hoping that has finally settled out for you. Girl, I'm thinking about you. I almost called you, but then I was like, if she's feeling bad, she don't want no phone calls. But yeah. And Cynthia, I haven't seen you. If Cynthia's watching, I haven't seen you in a while either. I know I need to catch you on lives at night. Girlfriend, I'm so tired at night. And right now, it's been doing raining. I was wanting to go to see The Devil Wears Prada 2. I was wanting to go see that. And I didn't get to do it because it's raining. And I can't do stuff like that in the rain because I'd have to go 2 towns over. And no, sorry, not happening. Not in the rain because I'd have to go over the river. And people are driving crazy anyway here. Since we've got the Meta here, oh, well, I mean, they're still building it. They're still building Meta, friends. But it is like the people don't know how to drive. I almost want to ask them, where'd you get your driver's license at? Because, you're driving insane. Okay, I'm going to trim these up. Now I know I don't have you down here where you can see it because this is a cutting mat. It does have the inches marked off on it. I cannot risk giving away measurements, so I am not turning you down on my table. But just know that what I am doing, I probably need a bigger template. Yeah, this one is good. I'm using my Perfect 10. Because it's a good bit bigger than my square. So I just told you that much. Why is this one not far enough over? Oh. I'm looking at the wrong point again, friends. The wrong point. Wrong point. All the way over. So let's lock our rotary blade open. I need to change my rotary blade, friends. But yeah, anyway, these people driving through here with Meta. Now, I know a lot of them are contract workers driving dump trucks and things like that. But man, they drive insane. Today, I was in the town next over. And I was coming out of a road that has a railroad track to the left of it. Because so you have a road going straight here. There's a railroad track right here. This is the road coming into that road. Well, you know, the railroad track, people are supposed to be slowing down. Well, this guy was far enough away that if he actually slowed down to cross the railroad track, I had plenty of time to get out. As I start pulling out, that guy guns it. He's in a little bitty car. I don't know what kind of car it was. It was a little bitty car. Let's just say kind of like a Toyota Yaris, the small cars. Okay, that car came off the ground. I think and then he looked at me like I was crazy because I pulled out. I was like, you gunned it. He almost hit me, which it would have been my fault because I was pulling out onto the road. They would not have taken into consideration that he literally jumped the railroad track. It would have been my fault. I was kind of hoping it knocked his axles out from under the bottom of his car. You know, I'm sure it knocked the balance off his tires. Because he was a big old boy and he was bouncing up in that car when he came over that railroad track. I mean, I know I'm a big old girl too. But, you know, he was a big old boy. And he was bouncing in that car. Like, boom, boom, boom. I know something broke in that car. I don't know what it was, but something had to break in that car. But, you know, I try to be extra careful because, you know, there's a lot of people that are not from here. They don't know how to drive around here. And I had one yesterday. I was coming home and I literally could not see his headlights in my rearview mirror. He was so close to me. I couldn't see his headlights. And the guy behind him was just as close to him as he was to me. And I'm like, I've got to turn onto this other road. Y'all are going to rear end me. So I cut my blinker on early, letting this guy know, hey, I'm fixing to turn, back it up, slow down, something. Well, so what he does, he goes and whips around me, and the guy behind him almost runs right into me because he whips around me as I'm turning. And the guy behind him just about hit me. I am seriously afraid to drive now because these people do not know how to drive. I mean, they've increased the police presence, but I mean, these people are going to run from the cops anyway because they probably don't have a driver's license. You know, it's insane. It's crazy. Well, friends, I'm still sitting here cutting. We are at 41 minutes here, and I'm going to get this done and edit it out because I've got to get into my house and kind of get ready to leave tomorrow morning. And my daughter and her fiance are going to be here shortly. So I don't know when they're going to get here. He does car detailing, and he was going to do my car for me, which I really needed it done. I really need it done because my grandbabies, they've had drink in my vehicle and gotten milk on my seats. So I told him, I said, I want everything out of my vehicle. I just want everything out of there. I'll just bring it in my house, put it in my dining room floor, and I'll go through it. But as soon as we get off of here, I'm not even going to press these and trim them down until later. And friends, next week, I don't think we'll be doing the I don't know. I may do 2 in one day. I may do the Saturday sew along in the morning, and then I may do the what's it called? The Jolly Bar. It's Jolly Bar Day, friends. And I saw my box with Fat Quarter Shop had showing it was being delivered today. It hasn't made it here yet. Or I would have unboxed it for you, just so you could see what I'm doing. I will be making the pattern that is with the Jolly Bar. I love this fabric line that I'm going to be using. It's so pretty. But I just got a Jolly Bar for the sew along and some coordinating fabrics. If you get a Jolly Bar at Fat Quarter Shop and you like the pattern that is coming with it, it does tell you how much fabric you need for that pattern. So you can order everything you need. Friends, I got 48 half square triangles here. I will need to press them. I'm not going to put them on my iron and workstation yet, but I will need to press those out, trim them down to the correct size that they need to be. And then it looks like the next time we will be using the A squares. We're going to cut the A and the I squares on the diagonal twice. So we're going to just make an X in the square. We got the square. We're going to make an X in it. So we will have 4 triangles out of each piece. So we will have 96 total. So we'll have 16 from each half yard. So friends, thank you for joining me today. I hope you are going to join me on this Woodland Quilt in the Simply Half Yards book. This is my goal, is to make 1 quilt out of each book that I have, which is not going to be every book I have because I have more than 12 books. But the plan is to do at least 1 quilt out of a book every month, and it's not going to be the same book every month. So I'm working out of the Simply Half Yards by It So Emma this month. I will have the link for the book down in the description. I will have links for everything I use, the alpha clippies. I have the link for alpha bitties and the link for the clips that I use, because that is what I'm using, is the ones that I've kind of made myself. I don't even know where my clippies are at. They're probably still back here, but I've got the organizer box. I've got the clippies. I've got the biddies. I've got my project bins. Y'all, I cannot stress enough how much I love these bins. I finished one up today with that Sunbeam quilt. I got the border put on at like 5:30 in the morning. But these bins, this is actually the bin that had my Sunbeam quilt in it. Let me get my lid here. It wanted to keep sliding because I set it on my table like this and just sit the bin on top of it. Man, perfect. Perfect, perfect. I will put the rest of my fabric in there. But friends, anything that I use that I love is always down in the description in a link. If you are interested in anything, just go check those links out. See what I love, see what I try, see what I use. I have tried a lot of things, and I'm kind of really, really, really enjoying where I'm at right now with my organization stuff. So friends, once again, thank you for joining me. Give me a thumbs up if you have not yet. Feel free to subscribe if you have not yet. Click on that notification bell so you don't miss a single thing. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye, friends.